Hi, what is going on, everybody? Today, I am in a different setting. I am currently in the basement. When you have a 1-year-old that's taking a nap, you kind of got to find other places to talk normally, because otherwise you'll be talking like this the whole entire time. And I'm an ASMR channel. So yeah, I have a 1-year-old, and he is currently taking a nap. And so I am in the farthest place away, which is currently the basement. So I'm not in my usual setup. But I really wanted to make a video about fatherhood. And yes, I'm still a new dad. I am still, he's 1 year old. But in this past 1 year, I have learned so much about life. And I thought of this great question. Or actually, I thought of this great video idea. And I want to help all the other new dads, or all the other, dads to be out in the world. Because I was there once. Maybe you guys don't have people to talk to. Maybe you guys don't have family. Or maybe you don't have friends that are dads yet. Maybe you're the first one. And I wanted to talk to you about some of the questions you have. And I pulled up a list online, and I wanted to answer them as best as I possibly could. So these questions are from a website. I forgot which website. I probably should talk about it. But if you Google it, it's probably the first website that pops up. Top 10 questions new dads may have. I'm just going to go down the list and talk about my experience. If you're a short watcher, I'm going to have this in a short, sum it up. But if you want to watch the actual video, or if you're here watching the actual video, I thank you. So here we go. Question number 1. What if I don't know what to do when my baby cries? So the short answer to that question is you'll know. It's a weird instinct to have. I'm not going to go over this website's answers, because I'm going to go through my own opinion. You'll just know what to do. You might not know how to do it, but you'll just know, oh, the baby's hungry. We'll try and feed it. Or, oh, the baby's definitely tired. You can tell. The baby communicates with you. It might not speak a language, and it takes a couple days, but you learn the different cries. And you can go on YouTube. There are scientists that break it down, but your instinct will know what's wrong. And like I said, it might take a couple days. Maybe you don't know what to do in the moment, but that's when you ask a nurse, or you ask someone around you, what do you think? Or because they're experts, right? Or they've been through this before. Sometimes there's nothing you can do other than, take your baby to the doctor. There's a thing called colic, and it's when your baby has trouble digesting. The honest answer is, you just got to figure it out. That's it. All babies have different languages. All babies have different personalities. But now we know my son's his tired cry. We know my son's hungry cry. We know he's 1, so he'll tell us if he's hungry, or we'll ask him and he'll answer. So we've gotten through all that stage. But for a new dad, you'll pretty much know what to do. And if you don't, ask a nurse in the hospital. Don't be afraid to speak up. Do not be afraid to speak up. My fiance had a lot of issues with that, because she knows that the doctors or the nurses will just kind of brush off a lot of stuff. And if something's not right, you do need to speak up as the husband or the partner. That you need to be your partner's voice, because they're going through a lot. They can't think straight, and you need to go into labor with a plan. And if something doesn't go according to that plan, you need to speak up. Anyway, that's just a little tip. Question 2. When should I start baby proofing my home? Definitely before the baby comes. 100% before the baby comes. as soon as you can. As soon as you get the baby proof stuff, put it up. It doesn't matter if your kid is just born, doesn't matter if he's not walking yet, doesn't matter if he's not crawling yet. You need to get that stuff up as soon as you can, because it goes by so fast. And after you have a child, you do not have time to sit down and baby proof everything. So before the child comes, if you're thinking about having a child, or you are planning on having a child, baby proof the house. That simple. I'm lucky enough because I still live with my family. We're not as, we're very fortunate to have very supportive family. But, we would have someone watch him while me or another family member helps set up the stuff. But if you're alone and, you and your partner are in your own house or in your own apartment, baby proof it as soon as you can, because I know you will not have time to do it. Once that baby comes, you will be sleep deprived, you will be exhausted, and that doesn't stop. That doesn't stop. So question 3, how can I help comfort my partner during labor/delivery and after? I can tell you the number one thing not to do is tell her to calm down. You do not ever tell your partner to calm down. What helps is doing breathing exercises before going into labor. That definitely helps. But just be there. Hold your partner's hand. Don't. I mean, it's okay to reassure your partner that everything's going to be okay. It's definitely, you need to tell her that. But don't repeat yourself too many times, because I had that problem as I was repeating myself too many times, and my fiance squeezed my hand so hard and broke skin. So not because she was mad at me or anything, or she was more likely annoyed. But yeah, so just be there. You just listen. Do whatever the doctor tells you to do. Don't leave the delivery room. Try not to. If you have to get her water, if you have to get your partner something, do it. But try and be there by their side no matter what. So number 4, what if my feelings for my partner change a little? Newsflash, they're going to. It's not. I think it would be weird if your feelings towards your partner didn't change, because you guys are going through so much. You guys brought another child, or are bringing another child into this world. You are no longer, I don't know how to say it. You guys are no longer separate entities. It doesn't matter if you're married. It doesn't matter if you accidentally got pregnant and, you guys just are still getting to know each other. That doesn't matter. You guys are now bonded for life. For the rest of your life, hopefully for the rest of your lives. You guys will have to take care of that child. You guys will have to work together. You guys are literally partners. You guys are bonded. You're no longer separated. And they are going to change. You will be sleep deprived. You will be depressed. You will be frustrated beyond belief with your partner, because maybe one night your partner gets a little more sleep than you do and you feel a little jealous. Or maybe you get aggravated because your partner gets to go out and do more things than you do because you're there looking after the child. It's normal. It happens. But you will work to get through it. And communication is the biggest thing. It's huge. I think that's where me and my fiance, we struggled with, because we've been together for a couple of years. We haven't been together for entirely too long, and we had our surprise child, and we're first-time parents. We didn't know what to expect or what to do. And, other people can tell you oh, it's going to be difficult, it's going to be hard. And you could say, yeah, and you can prepare. Nothing's going to prepare you for when you're in it. And you can say, oh, I know. You don't know. You don't know until you go through it. But it's normal. And, your partner, after she has the child, they go through this thing called postpartum. And if people don't think it's real, it's real. It's very, very real. It can be severe and it can be, kind of mellow, but it's not, it's there. It's always there. It's there for a couple years after you have your child. So you just got to work through it. You guys are a team, and you just kind of at the end of the day come back together and tell each other that you love each other. That's it. You guys will get through it. You'll get through it. Number 5, am I giving my baby enough attention? And I'm going to read the answer on the website because I think it's a pretty good one. Many dads worry that their baby is not getting enough attention, but chances are, if you're worried about that, you're doing fine. Babies will let you know when they want you to hold them, and they'll let you know when they don't. Very, very true. They, like I said before in answer 1, they tell you what they want. It doesn't matter if they can speak or not. They tell you what they want, and it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible because your parental instinct just kicks in, and you'll assess the situation, and you'll check off, okay, they just ate, okay, they just slept, maybe they're hungry, or maybe they're tired, that whole thing. When they're younger, all they do is eat, sleep, poop, cry. And it's tough because they do that a lot, and sometimes they need to eat every 2 hours or every 4 hours. You need to keep a log, and you need to do all that stuff, and your partner can only sleep because they have to feed the child in a matter of 2 more hours. So they only have an hour to sleep, an hour to get stuff ready, and then showtime again. No matter what, if you're a working husband and you can't afford to take time off, whenever you're home, I know you must be tired, because I kind of had to go through that, but you just enjoy that time with that baby. I know it might be frustrating. I know you might be tired, but it's worth not getting that extra half hour of sleep. Enjoy that time with your baby. And it only happens once, and then next thing you know, they're a toddler running around, throwing things at your head, screaming in your face. Number 6, this kind of leads into, am I giving my wife enough attention? No. I think this question is always going to be no. You're never giving your wife enough attention. But I think I know what this question's asking is, are you caring too much for your baby and yourself that you're not giving enough time for your wife? And I don't like this answer on here. I'll read some of the answer because I only have some of it on here. Date night doesn't disappear after the baby is born. If you have to take your baby with you, go for it. Do whatever you have to do and spend time with each other. So, yes, that's very important. Do everything. You guys are now a family. Do everything together. You don't need to leave the baby home. You can go out and go grocery shopping, and sometimes that counts as our date. We go on a date maybe twice a month, because we're so busy, we're working, I'm still in school. I'm about to be working 2 jobs again, and we're caring for my little guy. I feel like if you do have any extra time and, you have extra love, give it to your wife. She needs it. She's going through, I know we're going through a lot, guys. We're going through a lot. But they're going through more. They're going through more. Like I said, postpartum, their chemicals are literally changing. Their hormones are off the charts. They need as much love and support as they can get. So no, you're never giving your wife enough attention. But yeah, date nights don't stop. You still need to take each other out. We're planning on going on a date night soon. Maybe have, once they're old enough, have your parents or their grandparents babysit them for one night out of the month, and it's important. You guys still love each other, and you guys still need to validate each other and tell each other that, you love each other and just still have to go out and have experiences, because this is your life. This is your guys' life. You know, yes, it revolves around the child, but this is still your life. Number 7, how will I balance work and supporting my new family? This is tough for me to answer, because I know a lot of people have different situations. I'm still with my parents, and with the economy and with the housing market, it is almost impossible to live on our own, because I mean, I make $300 a week at my current job because I am taking 3 courses in college, and that's why I have to pick up a second job, because we can barely afford food and we're living with other people. We're not even paying rent. You know, they're very supportive of us, and you know, we're lucky to have them. But we're just trying to pay my insurance bill or our phone bills or our car bills, you know, like it's not easy. And, you know, if you are a dad that's working as much as you can to let your partner have that time off. I did. I worked 2 jobs and went to full-time to school after my partner had our baby. It was tough. I barely got to see our child, but when I was home, I had 1 job, and that was to make sure my fiance could sleep for that 1 to 2 hours until that baby had to get up and get fed again. And it was tough. It was so tough. But you get through it. You just get through it. But make sure you do take that time off for that first couple weeks. It doesn't matter if it's what do you call it? Paternity leave. It's like you get like 1 or 2 weeks like paid. It depends on what state I think you live in. It's very important. Or take that vacation time. You know, it's very important that you're here, that you're trying to, you know, take care of your wife. But if you can't afford it, do it as like come home and, you know, this takes everything you got. You decided to have a child. It takes everything you got. So number 8, is it okay to feel scared? I feel scared all the time. I don't think I was literally afraid of anything. You know, I traveled across the country to go see this random chick. You know, not a random chick. I knew her from online, but that was my fiance. I didn't care. I was gonna chance getting murdered. You know, I wasn't really afraid of anything until my son came. Until my son came into this world, I was suddenly afraid of so much, but all my fears revolved around my son. It was, what if he doesn't eat enough, or what if he gets sick, or you know, your brain goes through all those scenarios. It's normal. It happens. And I feel like that's the only appropriate and normal response, is to be afraid, to be frightened for your child. I could care less what happens to me, but when it comes to my child, my biggest fear right now, and it's been my biggest fear since he could eat solid food, is choking. I see videos online all the time of kids choking on, you know, putting a random thing in their mouth and swallowing it. Like, he's a toddler. He finds a speck on the ground, he's putting it in his mouth. There's no stopping it. Those are the fastest hands in the West, I swear. That's my biggest fear. It's okay to be afraid. You feel afraid for a reason. You have fight or flight for a reason. It is a normal instinct. And it's a normal part of having a child. You feel more fear. You know, that's the only appropriate response to having a child. Number 9. How can I get baby to sleep longer or better? Every baby has different needs. Different needs. It takes a couple weeks to get your baby's sleep pattern. Maybe a couple months. My child, he's just now starting to sleep, and he's 14 months. You know, he's starting to sleep normal. But when he was younger, he was up every single 2 hours, and it was a pain to get him to go to sleep. He hated being bundled up. He hated being undercover. Like, he did not like it. We had to rock him to sleep. Until last week, I had to rock him to sleep. And he's almost 30 pounds. You know, he's heavy. But you learn how your baby sleeps. Some babies, I know, sleep like a rock. Like, all they do is sleep. I think that's all I did was sleep. You know, like it's different. It's different for every child because every child's a different human being. But you can talk to your doctor, you can talk to your parents, you can talk to other parents out there, you know, to gather little tips and tricks. Maybe something will work for them, for your child. YouTube videos, who knows? And number 10, this one hits me hard because I feel this all the time. I feel it all the time. What if I feel like I'm not good enough? You're gonna. I have this conversation with my fiance a lot, and I ask her, I'm like, am I good enough? Am I doing okay? Am I doing as much as I can? You know, maybe I can push myself a little further in some aspects, but you know, it's tough, and you're gonna feel this way. You're gonna ask this question to yourself all the time, and for you guys out there that are asking this question, take it from me. You're doing great. You're doing great. Yeah, you can maybe help out a little more doing the dishes, or maybe, yeah, you can help out a little more, you know, putting the child to sleep. You can always help out a little more, always. But if you are wondering this question, what if I'm not good enough? You are. You are doing fine. And as you know, as you can probably tell, I'm also talking to myself here. It's tough being a parent. It's tough. It's some of the toughest stuff I have ever done. It's tough trying to raise a human being and teach them everything you know, but like at a pace and trying to mold and shape them. It's so much fun. It is so much fun. But it is the hardest thing I think a human could ever do. But that's it for the 10 questions. So if any of you new dads or dads out there have any questions at all, you can ask them, put them in the comments below, add me on Instagram, maybe DM me or something, ask me questions. I'm not an expert, I'm not, but I do want to let you guys know that you're not alone with feeling these questions. I think I have asked all of these questions myself, and you don't know until you go through it. That's it. You just got to figure it out. Hopefully I can get this basement cleaned up. That's another project I'm working on currently. But if you have any more comments, any questions, let me know. Answer in the comments below. If you want me to make more dad stuff like this, go ahead, leave the like button, subscribe, because I do plan on doing more stuff like this. I just don't know what else to do with it. My content's very different. I do something different almost every single video. I do love doing gaming content. So if you want to watch, or if you want to, geez Louise, English. If you do want to watch that kind of stuff, go ahead, go to my channel, go check it out. Do a lot of funny moments. But yeah, that's it. So if you already liked this video, if you already subscribed, stay cool.